One of the more underrated rookies and really overall players from last year was Packers corner Eric Stokes. His entrance to the NFL was a little bit overshadowed by the media narrative of Aaron Rodgers being done with the Packers, as the relationship was completely fractured. Adam Schefter dropped this accumulation of information news on the day of the draft, and this narrative was only pushed further as they used yet another first-round pick not on a weapon to help out their MVP quarterback. However, Eric Stokes turned out to be far from a wasted pick, and anyone critical of it even at the time has to admit that, because this Packers defense was able to remain among the league's best all season long, and Stokes was a huge part of that, especially because top 3 corner in the league, Jaire Alexander, came down with an injury, and Eric Stokes and Rasul Douglas really had to step up and play big. He was having to cover guys that would usually be allotted to Jaire, and so when I think a lot of our attention wasn't on Stokes as far as rookies go, let's give him the proper spotlight and see exactly what he adds to this Packers defense, what his strengths and weaknesses are, and what we can expect in the future with the new pieces added to this defense. There's obviously a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. But before we get to the exciting part and what the bulk of this video is going to be, which is breaking down the film, we have to see what numbers he got so we know we're not cherry picking and just showing the best of the best, because all season long he was phenomenal. He only allowed 49% of passes targeted at him to be completed, which was 8th best in the league. He also only gave up 511 yards, which in 16 games compared to other players is amazing, and he only gave up 3 touchdowns as well. And opposing quarterbacks had a 71.3 passer rating when throwing against Stokes. But now let's go and see how he got these numbers. And not only did he get these numbers, but after Jaire was hurt in week 4, he was having to guard guys like Jamar Chase, Tyler Lockett, Terry McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, Allen Robinson, and Deebo Samuel. So let's see how he guarded the league's best receivers. And the first time I really noticed Eric Stokes last year was on this play right here, a week 3 matchup against the 49ers with 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter on a 6-point game, and the Niners are driving to get the go-ahead touchdown. At the bottom of your screen, we have Eric Stokes and Deebo Samuel man-to-man. Now this is a tall ask for any rookie, but let's see how it plays out. So on the snap of the ball, Deebo is going to take an inside release, stem to the inside, work his way back to the outside, and it is clamps all the way through, a huge pass breakup. But it really gets impressive when we're able to take a closer look. Right now, Deebo, he thinks he has a spot and a time he wants to get there. How he gets there is all depending on how Stokes wants to play him. So he's going to do all this stuff beforehand. Eric Stokes is able to keep his outside leverage, jam him up at the line, and Deebo starts stemming to the outside. And he thinks Stokes is going to believe that he's making it the outside so he can break it off to the inside, as he has the field to work with and the leverage to the inside. But he doesn't sell it well enough. But watch where Stokes' eyes are. Deebo's going to do all of this stuff. His eyes are laser beamed on Deebo's hips. No, not his genitals, his hips. Because when we're guarding Deebo, he's going to be doing all this stuff with his head and his legs and his arms. But if we watch his hips, they never move. They really aren't going anywhere. This is what basketball players are taught to do. Don't buy the head fakes. And that's exactly what he does. And now he's right with him. But now Deebo's looking for the ball. And this is where it's very likely that he could go run into Stokes, get the pass interference. But Stokes, he reads Deebo's eyes, able to turn around, make a play on the ball. Just week 3 rookie being able to guard an elite receiver like Deebo is incredible. But his coming out party was really in week 5. Jaire came down with an injury in week 4. They have the Bengals in week 5, which means Eric Stokes has Jamar Chase all game long. And it really went back and forth, and we're going to see a couple of the plays here. And on this first play, Jamar just absolutely blows him off the line. He misses his jam, and he's going to mailbox it right away, saying, "Joe, throw it up. I have him beat. I run a 4.38. But what I haven't mentioned yet is Eric Stokes runs a 4.2540. His makeup speed is otherworldly. Yes, this ball is slightly underthrown, but the way he's able to make a play on the ball, come back on a Jamar Chase that's that fast, is huge. And they would go back and forth all game long. Jamar Chase getting it underneath right here. And right now, Stokes has to come up, not be over aggressive and make this tackle. Jamar Chase is too good in the open field. That's exactly what he allows to happen. But this is week 5, keep in mind. We're going to look back to a week 15 game where he improves on this so much. And I think this was a huge game for Stokes, knowing that he's going up a talent like Jamar Chase, and he got beat a few times, but he was always in really good position. Like at the bottom of your screen here, they're going to get a couple back shoulder fades on him. This is just a really class quarterback and wide receiver, but also at the bottom of your screen, being able to defend him deep. But I think this gave him a lot of confidence going in the next few clips that we're going to see in a bit. And this was the start of Eric Stokes' tear of locking up the league's best receivers. We have him in press man at the top of your screen going against Terry McLaurin on a 4th and 3, huge play. This ball has absolutely no shot of getting complete. And Terry McLaurin is a speedster and a route technician. And I know Taylor Heinicke isn't the best quarterback in the league, but being able to sit on Terry McLaurin like this with his speed, being able to wait for him to do the comeback and not absolutely running by him is the luxury you can have when you run a 4-2-5. But look at this. How much better of a ball could this be? It could be a little bit better. The anticipation is near flawless, though. As he's turning, making it to the sideline, the ball's right there. It could have been just a tick earlier, but even so, he is blanketed by Eric Stokes. Makes a great play on the ball, gets his hands right in between there. Really no chance. Green Bay's ball. And with Jair out by week 10, they already have so much confidence in their rookie corner. They're putting a man-to-man against one of the best deep threats in the league, Tyler Lockett. But not only is that significant, the down and distance and the time is significant. It's 1st and 10. There's 15 seconds left in the half, and the Seattle's looking to cut the lead before. So where do you think this ball's going? Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett have been on the same page for the last 5 to 7 years doing this all over, not with Eric Stokes. But when we go up close, it gets even way more impressive. And I'll just say it right here. Plays like this make me just be in awe of what professional athletes are able to do. We're going to go through this click by click, but what they're able to do in real time is absolutely ridiculous. So this is that same play we saw right here. He's going to kind of overshoot Tyler Lockett a little bit, probably assuming that he's going to go deep, which he's absolutely right. Tyler Lockett's going to do this, take advantage, go to the inside, and immediately start to work his way back out. So again, this is how Tyler Lockett gets free down the field, but watch what Stokes does. He doesn't panic. He keeps running down the field, but he knows he can't keep his eyes on the quarterback. He has to re-engage with Tyler Lockett. He finds him, gets up close to him, re-engages his shoulder, and once he knows where he's at and he can keep his hand on him, he turns back for the ball and is able to be in perfect position. The fact that he's able to do this in real time absolutely blows my mind, running this fast with one of the league's fastest receivers. And Eric Stokes just reminds me so much of a quarterback or a wide receiver with insane talent. But what does this talent actually do? It doesn't matter if you can throw a ball with a perfect spiral 80 yards if you don't know how to read a defense or you're horribly inaccurate. Just like a receiver, if you have blazing speed but you can't run a route to save your life, what good is it? And right in front of our eyes, we're seeing the development throughout the season with his insane talent, his insane vertical, his insane 40 time be matched with some of the best technique that the league has to offer. And another guy that kind of has it all put together like that is Hollywood Brown, who again, he's manned up on. Again, we're going to see him against man coverage against these receivers that usually don't have man coverage on them. He has no safety help in any of these clips I'm showing. But Hollywood Brown is going to do this Looney Tunes ass route. He has forever to throw the ball, but Eric Stokes is going to be on his hip all the way. Asking a corner to cover someone man-to-man is a big ask. Asking a rookie corner to do it is a big ask. Asking him to do it against a wide receiver like Hollywood Brown for an extended period of time is a monster ask, and he was able to perform all season long and put up the ridiculous numbers. I'm not cherry-picking these highlights. He did this all season long. And I know I've only shown examples of man coverage so far. He does play zone, and he is getting a lot better at it. Here he is. He's going to have flat responsibilities right now. If we just watch this play full speed, it's just going to look like Big Ben makes a terrible read and a terrible throw, which he kind of did. But looking back on it, it's actually Eric Stokes that makes this play impressive. Because what Big Ben was trying to do is he sees Stokes is in zone coverage as he sees his eyes on him. So he's going to try and hit Deontay Johnson, this little hole shot behind Stokes before the safety can get over there. But Stokes has his eyes on him, and right here with his left foot, look at this explosion. He's just kind of backpedaling, reading him. This left foot hits, plants, boom, explodes up the field, and he is blanketed all over it. Just very impressive. This is one weakness I will give him. He had so many dropped interceptions. I think he was forced to play corner. How the hell he caught this ball, I have no idea, because he's not even looking at it right now. His ball skills are atrocious. He plays the ball in the air so well, but catching it, I know he was forced to play corner because he could not catch the ball to save his life this year. And the last bit of film we're going to check out, he's going to be the corner at the bottom of your screen every single time. And the situation of this is a week 15 matchup. The Ravens are trying to make a comeback, and they're just going to try and dink and dunk their way up the field. Because the Packers are playing so soft, they're going to try and get the ball to the sideline, get it underneath to their speedy guys, and get big chunk plays to make their way back. But every time they went to Stokes' side, this is exactly what happened. Tyler Huntley's going to get the ball, find Hollywood Brown, try and get to the sideline. Boom, he's able to explode up and get it. They think they can get 10, 15 yards with these little chunks, but how fast he's able to come up, they're getting 3, 4 yards. You are not going to come back doing this way as long as you're testing Stokes' side. And this is the week 15 improvement that I saw from week 5 in that Bengals game when he was missing some tackles. And that's really the whole point of today's video, because we got to see the unbelievable talent that allowed him to be in the first round. But even from the early weeks, then Jair got hurt, to guarding the NFL's best receivers, his progression and his development throughout that has been absolutely ridiculous. And after seeing this defense just makes me think they're going to be so clampy next year. They're getting Jair back, which is huge. They have 2 new studs from Georgia that are, no pun intended, dogs. And even though they lost Devontae Adams, what the Packers have done overall this offseason and in the draft, I have been very impressed with. And with Stokes' crazy development throughout the season, I cannot wait to see what happens after he has a full offseason to get into the film, work on his technique and body to be optimal and ready to go next year. And just like a speedy receiver, speed matched with technique is when we start to see elite talent really shine. And I think it's happening before our very eyes. I'm really excited to see a more polished and more knowledgeable Stokes come the 2022 season. And with Jair coming back, Stokes is going to have a lot less responsibility, which is just advantage Packers overall. They're going to be able to be way more aggressive on the front end, sending all different kinds of pressure. But stepping back and looking at this corner class overall, it is absolutely loaded. Pat Surtain had an incredible season, as well as Stokes. Greg Newsome was very good for the Browns as well. And also in the first round was J.C. Horn and Caleb Farley. They started out pretty okay. Both got hurt 3 games in, so the jury's still out on them. But personally, what Stokes did really didn't get talked about enough. And the promise he showed during multiple weeks and big time games as a rookie, guarding the league's best receivers, and with all the talent he had and the progression he showed throughout the year, I think people should be way high on him. Very similarly to how people are so high on Micah Parsons. We see the talent, it's all there, and it's only gonna get better. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like this video if you like videos like these. Make sure to comment down below what you think about Stokes and what topic you want me to cover next. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy daily sports content. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.